Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. All the stuff we did not get to during the course of the show today. I'm back from vacation. Took a quick impromptu trip because my wife, who is a travel agent, got a deal on a Disney 4-day cruise. So we went out on that. And it was fun. I'm not going to do a slippity slideshow because it feels braggy. No, it's just that I did not take a lot of photos this time.
Well, maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, here and there.
It feels weird. Like I shot a bunch of videos for my daughter, who she does socials for her in-laws travel company. And so like I shot a bunch of videos for her of like B-roll and stuff so that she could post things. So it was more like doing all this work stuff. But we had a great time. Like it was a really great trip. It was good to get away. It was fun. It was a beautiful ship.
I saw on our stories at the very beginning you hiding in a closet and letting Marty film the room.
Yes.
I guess she didn't want you in her videos.
Yeah. Like so on TikTok or Instagram, like travel videos, you walk through the door and it opens up magically, and then you show the room. And because my wife also is a travel agent, so she doesn't do any socials. And I'm like, if you really want to expand your business, you kind of need to do this. And so she hates that stuff. And so I was trying to give her like guidance on how to do it.
She should hire her daughter.
I know. So the door right behind the door is a closet. So I hid in the closet and I opened the door as she came through, and then you couldn't see me. And so then I was videotaping, but she was like so nervous about it. It was funny because she was trying to do all these takes and I'm like, nope, back to one, redo it.
Word.
Like I'm like, you want to do it right? She's like, I don't do this a lot. I said, I know, but if it's like one of your first ones, you want to do it right. And so she'd start again, and then she'd like flub a line, like, nope, come on, let's do it again.
Oh, so she was speaking in this thing.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. She did one where she was speaking, and
she
so
went from nothing to something.
yeah, she did. And so I went through and I got it down, and she had this one video where she a perfect take all the way through except for one word, and I'm like, okay, we'll keep that. I'll edit around that word. So
Your
I edited.
perfectionist side
kicked in.
Yeah.
So she texted my daughter. She's like, he's making me redo it. And she's like, that's on brand.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was better. But it was better. But again, I said, honey, how many things do you shoot for me that I have to do 27 times? You know, like it's just part of it. You just, you want to get it right. And so, so that was one of the things that we did. It was a good trip. Like we had debated about like my daughter wanted to go, and so she's like, I'll pay for myself, and so like, but I'm like, and there's part of me that was tempted to be, because I love hanging out with her. I don't get to see her enough.
Obviously not.
No.
She didn't go on the
but
trip.
I was really glad that she didn't go. Ultimately, I was glad. Like,
How come?
I was just because I think my wife and I needed that time too, because we've been traveling with a bunch of people, and it was just nice. It was something that Marty wanted to do. We didn't have anybody else's schedule or what anyone else wanted to do. We basically just did what she wanted to do.
So when Haley's there, you have to all work together. Marty and Haley have to be like, but I want to go here, but I want to come here.
Well, they're pretty much on the same page.
Oh, just spend Wally's money.
As long as we're doing that. They want to do the same things. But for me, like I was super laid back. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't care.
It's great.
We did one.
But you did do something.
What'd I do?
Acupuncture.
I did on a boat, which seems crazy too, with a moving boat. For my shoulder. I've always seen people do acupuncture. I read the thing. They're like, oh, this is for like pain and stuff.
Yet he won't go to my holistic doctor who is on stable ground.
Yeah, I know. Dr. Carly.
Ridiculous.
So I went in for like a consultation, and I'm like, okay, here's the deal. I got a shoulder that hurt. I have two shoulders that hurt, but this one's really bad right now. And this is how desperate I am, and it hurts so bad that I'm willing to try something that I don't even believe in. Okay, I said I don't believe this. I'm a skeptic.
You would rather get shots put in your shoulder instead of just coming to see my holistic doctor,
because it's not going to work.
How do you know?
I just know.
So needles are going to work?
It kind of did, actually. That's the weird thing. Like, they put in these needles. Marty, I'll have to get pictures of it. I don't have them because she shot it on her phone. But there were the needles, I guess, go in deeper than I thought. I thought they just barely went in, and she was like, oh, no, they were going in pretty good. I'm like, really? Because they're so small, you don't really feel them. But there are times where you'll feel like that area start to throb. and be a little bit uncomfortable, but then it kind of goes away and it like shifts around. But like they were all in my shoulder and my neck, and then he had one in the top of my head, which was weird.
That didn't hurt?
No, it was good. It was one like right in the top of my head, then one in my calf on my other leg, the same leg as the shoulder hurt, and then one in the left leg.
You are such a hypocrite. Because I'll sit there and I'll tell you, no needles are involved.
Yeah.
My doctor will just want you to stick your index finger in your ear and turn to the left.
Exactly.
But
this has
that's
historical.
crazy.
No, this
That's crazy.
This has
I'd rather put a
historical-
needle in my foot in my head than put my finger in my ear.
This
Do you
has
know how stupid that
eons
sounds?
of time of people
my
like
gosh.
perfecting this.
Yeah, they also both sound silly.
Yeah. I thought
can't.
so.
I can't.
I was hoping that I was going to be that guy that gets up off the table and is like, oh my gosh, I'm cured. And I run out of the thing and I go do shot putting or something, you know?
Yeah, but see, that's the bad thing. You'll get it fixed,
Yeah.
and then you'll go above and beyond, and then get yourself
hurt
right
it.
back in the situation.
Yeah. And so like I definitely have more range of motion than I had before. So it helped with that. It's still sore. It's still weak. It didn't solve my issue, but it did give me a little bit of relief. But
At what point do you think you'd consider like a shoulder replacement or something like you always hover in this world of not so bad, but always annoying and always.
Let me answer that question for you, Wally.
Yeah.
Gavin, I think the answer is over his lifeless body.
Yeah.
Will he get that
that's fair.
shoulder surgery? Because that would mean he would have to admit that he needs help and that he is in pain and he cannot handle the pain. Also, I have a solution for you, but you refuse to take it.
Dr. Carly?
Yes.
Oh, I'll go. I'll go to her one time just to debunk her.
Just to debunk her.
I think the reason I don't do a shoulder surgery, because I was thinking about it.
This is the same reason why he doesn't get an ADHD medical
diagnosis.
diagnosis.
This one I think you'll actually think makes sense. Because a shoulder surgery, once you do a shoulder surgery,
it's a tongue twister.
Once you do that, you have to rehab it. And if you don't rehab it, it's more painful and it doesn't work. You lose thing. I fear that I won't rehab it. Like right now, I could avoid a surgery by doing exercises and stuff for it probably, and I'm not doing those.
So you're like the people that they want gastric bypass surgery, and they're like, but when you do this, you're going to have to eat a certain amount.
Right.
And they would know that you are not
100%,
a candidate because you wouldn't stick to the rules.
Like I had to, in my head over the weekend, I was like, okay, I have to like now set out aside a time every day that I'm going to work out my shoulders. Like I'm not going to be that workout guy.
And it's not crazy workouts either. It's like him shrugging his shoulders and then bringing it back.
And then there's some other ones with like these bands and things like that. And I might do like weight stuff to strengthen it because I think I can avoid surgery that way, which is what I should do. But that's what's kept me from surgery because I'm like, well, wait, then I'd have to do the same exercises to prevent it. Because they think it's not the cuff, like the rotator cuff. Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm good with that. It's not that, but it's muscular. There's something in the muscles, and so hopefully I can do it that way. But I just have to commit to doing it.
Well, you got a shot that one time, and it was
worked for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I took steroids
but you can't do that again?
I've done twice, and he had told me on the next one, he's like, if you are back within 3 months and it's not working, we're going to have to look at other options, get an MRI, and I don't want to pay for that.
Oh, my word.
Healthcare is so expensive. I'm hoping we're going to get that fixed here in the next little bit.
But if Marty needed it, you'd be like, oh, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Totally.
Her other hip was bothering her
that's
natural
not
hip.
encouraging.
And I was like, no, on the cruise. And so, her, I would be like, yeah, you got to do it. But she did all the rehab. And that's why, but even her leg isn't perfect today. So anyway, there was that.
I sent a text to Marty asking her for some. She sent me the pictures and the video.
Oh, okay. I had,
Gavin, look at that. I'll have to post these on our potty group.
Oh, it is Wally.
Yeah. Join our potty group if you want to see these photos. PODDIE to 91979.
It is weird, like the whole needle thing, and they tap them into you. But again, I'm telling you, I thought it was going to hurt.
And on a moving ship
I know.
as well.
It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Tattoos are way worse than that.
Don't even. No. You got a little tiny square that people have to squint to see.
The most painful place.
A little Scrabble piece.
The most
on
painful
his wrist
place.
where most white women will get their tattoos.
Because they've had babies and they already have, like, they're really strong. But the tattoo guy even said, this is a bad place. You're going to want to bite on this bullet.
If you can make it through this, you're a man.
Yeah, that's it.
Did it feel like they put them in, when they pull them out, was that, like, did you feel anything there? Because I always felt like that was what I didn't like about like getting stitches. Is if they put it in, you're like, you kind of don't, and then they pull it out and you're like, you feel this weird tug.
Stitches, like the tug when they're pulling the skin. I hate that. So we did that. I missed the inauguration because we were like at sea or whatever. And so and I didn't have internet I didn't buy the internet package. We never do. And so finally.
You didn't have any TikTok?
None.
For how long?
4 days.
Whoa.
We hit port, and I'm like airplane mode off. Yeah. I went to bed last night before this, and Saturday night. My wife went to bed at 9. I turned everything off at 11.
Yeah. I get
TikTok.
that though, because as soon as Benna goes to sleep, it's like I'll get to live my life a little.
And I was even with my friends, like we were staying at their house, and we were all talking. It's like 10:30 at night, and I'm just exhausted. I'm just tired. And
but not too tired.
My friend, we're sitting there talking. My friend goes, "Are you on TikTok?" I'm like, "No." And he's like, "What are you scrolling?" I'm like, "Facebook Marketplace."
Oh my word!
So my guilty pleasures came right back.
But the Marketplace just makes you angry. I don't know why you keep doing that to yourself. You never buy anything. You just window shop, and then you get angry when someone buys what you were looking at.
This time I was going to buy something.
If someone buys something from you, they don't do it fast
show
enough,
up.
so you don't like that.
They're a pain. I was going to buy something, but then we went on vacation. I'm like, dadgummit. And it was gone when I got back. It was actually a really good deal. And actually from someone that's the thing for me. Like, it seems like all the things I like are like people that are selling them are like an hour away. I never find anything that somebody in the next neighborhood over is selling. I always thought that, Facebook Marketplace was more like Craigslist used to do like Nashville or whatever. And it was, or Garage Sale was the one that was really good. It was people like in your community, but like Facebook Marketplace, it's hours away, for a lot of things. And it's the scope is too broad. I wish it was just in my area.
Oh, you wish.
I know. I wish for a lot of
things.
Never do
anything.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get caught up with you. What was yours like?
Oh, how was my week while you were gone?
You got your hair did.
I did.
Looks lovely.
And it looks great. Yes, I am thankful for that. The money, though, that I spent to get it done is astronomical.
You spent almost what I spent on the cruise on your hair when you think about it.
That's actually wild.
It's not far off.
It's not so far off.
It's not far off.
You spent like about $170 less than I did for a 4-day vacation.
I don't want to talk about it. It makes me want to throw up.
It's just one of those things. Like men, like will.
But you have to.
Yeah, we'll never understand what it takes, what it costs, what it means.
Yeah, and this is advertising for you too. So the hair, like you still need to have your hair look good. Like guys,
why is that?
Because you're single. Like I can let myself go. Like I don't have
Boy,
to.
have you ever?
I know I have. Oh man, I put on 7 pounds.
Oh no,
7 pounds.
And he brought in more shrimp cocktails.
Yes, I did.
And
That's
it was
healthy.
disgusting.
I know it's only 2 points.
It didn't smell good.
And then Gavin over here, hey, have you eaten your shrimp cocktail yet? Like, shut up. Jeez.
I love it. What else?
We did a podcast and Aftercast every day that we were here.
Oh, nice.
It was light. Yeah, no, I mean, like nothing crazy happened in the office.
Yeah, I noticed the door code was the same, so I'm like, okay, no one got fired.
No one got fired.
No, all good.
That's true.
I'd say nothing crazy happened last week.
There was a time years ago, man, like you'd go away and you'd come back and like somebody was gone. Like you're like, oh wow, we changed door code again, huh?
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah, Ray in accounting's out, but so it was nice to come back. All the stuff working again, which was nice. Like usually when we're gone, like things don't work when we come back, and I could not tell you why. Technical problems, but it was great. We didn't have the technical problems that Carrie Underwood had at the inauguration.
Bless her heart, but
I
she
just saw a
handled it
clip of
well.
it. Yeah, she handled it really well and just busted it out. How great to have that skill that you could actually be like, well, I guess I'll just sing it live. Why don't I just do it a cappella? Like, okay, let's go.
She killed it.
She's pretty great. So, Gavin, how about you?
Well, it was good, and then I took Friday off to be, at home and hang out so Haley could focus on work and stuff, and then Haley got the flu. And then
Wasn't
Bennett,
her friend supposed to come into town?
Oh yeah, she was in town the whole time. So.
Did her friend give it to her?
No.
And she got sick right as her friend was coming?
Oh yeah, it was a bummer.
Jeez.
It was a bummer. The friend was really helpful though with household like chores and stuff. But then Bennett ended up getting a little sick too. So he's just a little baby with his little sniffly nose. But man, that woke him up a lot. And since Haley had the flu, she didn't want to be continuing to give him stuff.
Right.
So I was the primary parent for a few days.
Yeah, you had to full on babysitting duties.
It was a lot. I'm excited to be here, and I'm tired.
I heard Michael Tate left the Newsboys and then now is going back for the tour.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I didn't hear that.
That was the last thing I heard. I heard I saw
That's probably makes sense because they probably sold a lot of tickets for.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting story. I gotta call some people and go, what's going on here? Because like he left the band and he both made posts, and then I heard that he was gonna finish the tour. Like they're just starting it, and then I heard he was coming back for the tour. I could be wrong though. Somebody else I think somebody just emailed me that, but I don't have a confirmation.
Stepping down, departure. I don't see anything.
Nothing about him coming back?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's really weird. Somebody told me he was coming back to do the tour.
I don't know.
If I bought a ticket, I would hope that he would come back.
Sure.
I would hope he'd do the tour.
Yeah.
You know what I'm wanting to buy a ticket for is the Wolfman movie, which we are going to go see tomorrow, Gavin. You still don't know?
Technically still waiting, but I'll give her a call after.
Dude, if you can't go, because you didn't go to the last thing.
Wally and I can go.
If you can't go,
heaven and earth are being moved right now.
I don't feel right about going without you.
Like
we did this last
Wally
time.
doesn't want to see this movie because I want to see this movie. All I'm asking, and I even said, I'll pay for your popcorn.
It's scary. I don't like scary movies.
Let's go watch
You went and saw the It movie with me.
I didn't want to.
But you did it.
I did it.
You did a great job.
Here's what I will say. After we finish up here, let's go to the office and let's watch the
I'm not watching the trailer
let's
again.
watch the if you watch the trailer
Still scares me.
a few times today, then you might desensitize yourself before we go see the actual movie.
You're a grown man.
I told Betty, I said, okay, I will go on one condition, that we have to look up like the Farmer's Almanac and see that it's not a full moon tonight.
And it's not.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because the full moon was like 2 weeks ago when this movie came out.
That is genius on
We're
their part.
not even going to see it during nighttime. We're going to see it during the day.
The sun will
It's
be
dark
going
in the
down.
theater. I
Yeah.
wonder if they'll keep the lights on.
Oh, my God.
Try and sneak in like something that'll
scared.
make you happy. Like have all your candy while you're dieting.
Watch some TikTok afterwards.
Yeah,
You'll be
then
fine.
you guys are like, yeah, this is not your fault. But you're like, yeah, we'll go to lunch and we'll go to the movie. And I have come back from the cruise going, I have to do some stuff.
That's
I gotta
your
get
fault.
100%.
Why should we suffer?
You shouldn't. Yeah, I just don't know that I can go to lunch, but I could go to the movie. I'm so bad. It's not. It's,
Wally,
what?
I cannot even tell you the many times you have pitched a fit.
Yeah.
Because you want to hang out.
Right.
And we don't do it. And you're like, why don't we just hang out? I just want to be around you. And now we're doing it. And now you're like, I just can't. I can't. I've gained too much weight.
I have.
What, 7 pounds?
That's a lot.
You're fine.
That's a lot. I don't know.
You've lost a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I put on like almost half of what I lost. Like literally, I think what I lose 18 pounds and I put 7 back on.
We'll go on a walk after the show.
That's not gonna help.
It does though.
No, it doesn't help.
Exercise.
I have to minimize.
You went to
my
doctor
intake.
school.
Go play
I did.
pickleball today.
He literally last night for dinner ate 1 bite of an Uncrustable. Okay, this guy is not a nutritionist at all.
Yeah, but I had shrimp cocktail today. I think that's the key. Shrimp cocktail's the key.
But yeah, it's not a lot of points on your thing.
No,
so you're good.
Yeah, and I only ate 3 or 4 of them though. I think I can have 10. So I know I'm working on it.
No, you're not.
Not really. All right, so yeah, we'll probably go to that tomorrow.
Can I get to my story?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. First off, it starts with a little known booger, is what I want to call him, E.T.
E.T. Home phone.
E.T. phone home. E.T. phone home.
Oh, little Drew Barrymore.
I've never seen this movie.
It is creepy. I didn't like it. I wouldn't go see this.
Yeah,
either.
well, Steven Spielberg was the one that put it all together. And back in 1980s, they wanted to do a sequel. And the book was called E.T., the Book of the Green Planet. Because if you didn't know, E.T. came from a novel, and there was a sequel in the novels. But Steven Spielberg put a stop to it. And he was able to do that. He didn't have any rights, but he was able to do it because it had so much success. Mm-hmm. And that was credited to him. So when he said, no, I'm not doing a sequel, they were like, okay, well, fine. And I think that was a good call because that would have involved us going to E.T.'s home planet.
Yeah.
It just, back
Who
in the
cares,
80s,
too?
they couldn't have done it well.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if they could do it well now. It's just, leave it for what it is.
Yeah.
But they were money hungry. And so it got us thinking about, like, what are some of those bad sequels? Now, I pulled a list of a few, and I want to see if you agree. Speed 2.
Yes. The horrible. Speed
it had
1 was
Sandra
great.
Bullock, but it did not have Keanu Reeves.
Great movie.
I loved Speed 1. Speed 2 was the one where they're on a boat, and the boat crashes through the dock.
But Keanu's not in there, right?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he's
wow.
in there.
Another one. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Is Keanu in there?
I don't know.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Maybe he's not. Sandra is, and because I remember the quote, it's like they say that it's like the quote that's in the beginning of the movie and at the end of the movie. You know, they do the tie-in that comes back to it.
Ooh,
they say that relationships that begin under extreme circumstances never last. And
for them, it didn't. Because if she's not with Keanu Reeves in the second,
so Keanu was not in those.
No, Sandra, and then some guy, Jason.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was not good.
I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh yeah, I never saw any of those
still
franchises. I don't like those.
The next Karate Kid. I never saw it. It was with a girl.
Yeah,
I guess
it was.
Wax
you
on,
mean
Wax
like
Off guy was the first one.
Yeah,
okay.
Daniel
'Cause
San.
they made 3.
Yeah, they made the one
movies.
with Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith was like with Jackie Chan.
It wasn't horrible. I didn't mind that one. The second one I thought was horrible.
We're getting another one where it's like Jackie Chan reaches out to Daniel about another kid.
It's not
that's on
needed.
top of us having the show.
We're just getting less creative.
That's too saturated.
Jurassic Park: The Lost
Well,
World.
we're
Great
getting,
movie.
we're getting another
I don't
one.
know if
in
that
the next year.
that was the one that was developed or came out in '97, I believe. But the one that just came out recently, that Wally and Gavin were like, "It's the best movie I've ever seen."
Dinosaur movie.
I wanted to
it was
walk
a
out.
good-
I wanted to walk out multiple times. It's just unneeded. Men in Black Intentional,
Oh, yeah.
International. This is the one
with Hemsworth. And,
yes.
Yeah, that was not great.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, gee. I thought I saw
Loved
one Thor movie and was like,
The first Thor movie bad. Second Thor movie good. Third Thor movie great. Fourth Thor movie great.
Really?
All right.
Dumb and Dumber 2.
I never saw that.
Dumb and Dumber 1 is a classic.
Yeah, and you just lightning doesn't strike twice. And then finally, Live Free or Die Hard.
Oh, yeah.
But aren't there like 8 Die Hard
There's a
movies?
few of them. There's one with Samuel L. Jackson that
What?
isn't horrible.
The first one is great.
Also, there were so many Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'll be back.
Terminators.
Yeah, there's so many.
Multiple Star Wars movies.
Oh.
After the original third one, I was
I'm
out.
over
Yeah.
it.
I don't even know what is what in that universe
It's so
anymore.
dumb. And all of these
I-
superhero movies, I'm over it.
I will tell you this. I saw a sequel on vacation, like on the boat. I was really excited to see this on the boat. I don't know why. It just seemed to make sense. Moana 2.
Did you
And
watch that?
Hated it.
Move on then.
You don't
you
like
see
it?
it?
No,
Or you liked
I
it?
loved it. So
Oh.
no, but you have had an insane like declining opinion of like modern Disney movies.
Yeah, but I liked Moana 1.
I know. No.
What did
You
you-
always said you didn't like Moana 1.
Oh, that came around on that one. Like I was like, oh,
I didn't like Moana.
Yeah.
Oh,
one,
okay.
Because
Maybe
I got
that's
to the
what I'm
part where
thinking of.
the singing snail or something. I was like,
Yeah.
what is going
That was
on?
hilarious.
And I
Yeah.
just turned it off.
Yeah, that part's
I
a
never
little
finished
weird.
it.
But I liked Moana 1. Moana 2.
What was
it's
wrong with it?
It's a weird plot line of the justification for why she has to go out and sail again to unite people, and it's odd. I didn't think the music was good in it. It was not Lin-Manuel Miranda, but it was done in his style, and they add multiple characters to it, and then I remembered it was supposed to be a TV show.
It was supposed to be a TV.
That's why
you can 100% feel the choppiness of it, where you're like bang, 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 do like the action is so fast and so quick.
Why did they make it into a movie then if it was supposed to be a show?
Money.
Yeah.
See that
box office, and
that's
they've
annoying.
made over $1 billion on the movie, so it was a good choice on their part.
Yeah, and like they added like a girl who is like fix-it girl, like an inventor. So she's on the boat for a hot second, but you don't really know much about her. Then there's an old guy on the boat. Then there's a guy that fangirls over Maui. And then they have the chicken and the pig, Pua. Then they had another joke of a big fat pig. I don't know. Just everything in it. It felt like you're just doing this to make more money.
Yeah.
You're not telling a great story to me.
Yeah.
I did not.
That's how I felt with
it.
Frozen 2. I was like, what? If I can't get it, how can kids get it?
Right.
Yeah.
So we went on the ship. They have a movie theater on there, and so I went in to get seats for us too close to the time, and it was packed. There wasn't a single seat left, so we had to go back another day to see. They showed it multiple times, but then we went back one day, like when everyone was in Nassau.
You're on
or
a
whatever.
cruise ship.
Yeah.
And you choose to go and see a
movie. Yeah. It's great.
You spent your haircut's worth of money.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Well, because there's multiple things to do, like on a cruise, and so that was one of them. So we went and saw a movie, then we went and did a drawing class, and then we did this and did this. You kind of fill up your whole day based on things that are on there.
You can't constantly be doing mind-blowing stuff.
Yeah.
You didn't get off the boat?
You said you didn't want to get off the boat.
I didn't want to on this one, but I did. In the Bahamas, I don't care for Nassau. Like, I've been there a bunch of times. I don't think it's worth doing much of anything there. I don't like going to the beach day and snorkeling or whatever. So we went to a chocolate making place.
Oh, fun.
That was awesome. That was fun. And so we got to see how they made it. Then we got to make our own. And this was great. So they've got like milk chocolate, white chocolate, and dark chocolate in a temperature controlled thing. So it's basically like its own little fountain. It's just recirculating it. So you get to stick a spoon in there and taste it, and then throw the spoon away, obviously. And then when you go to make your own, they literally put a cup in there and they give you a cup of chocolate to make this thing. So I make my chocolate bar and I'm getting it all perfect. And then I've got half a cup of chocolate left. I'm like, let's do it. So I start drinking dark chocolate.
Wait a minute.
What?
Now we can't go and eat somewhere as a bonding experience.
Because I made bad choices.
You drank a cup of chocolate.
100%. I made bad choices.
Yeah, he's on vacation.
Yeah.
He's like earned the right to. That's like a bubble in which you get.
Oh,
To
I agree.
do
I
those
think you
things.
should, but I don't
And then you
think
come
that
home.
when you come home, you should be like, okay, and now I'm going to starve myself.
Yeah, that's
and
where I'm
everyone
at.
else has to deal with it.
That's where I'm
Your 100 to 0 is tough.
I'm very much like that. I'm all or nothing. I'm on or off.
Can you just be off for tomorrow?
I don't know. Maybe
Like if I bought a 5, if we go to Cane's, let's say, and I bought a 5-finger combo, and I gave you 2 of those fingers.
Yeah.
I'll look up the calorie. I'll look up the point. We'll see what the points are on it.
The problem
But
is
two chicken tenders.
it's not
is
bad.
Not going to be bad
could
for
get the grilled.
Just do good in the morning. Do good in the morning and do good at night.
Why would I get the grilled? Why? That's no.
It's worse than
No, grilled is horrible. The problem is the bread. Like, I can't go to Cane's and
I'll
not
just order
have
it without
bread.
the Texas toast.
No, you can't. You cannot not have Texas toast at Cane's.
And yet we are, and
Again,
Marty is the high maintenance
split the-
one.
Yeah.
You're not at all. You're not a problem at all.
We'll split the bread.
If we go,
Yeah,
and then,
split the bread.
But then if we, I don't want
Again,
to do that.
do
It's
good
too
in the morning.
Are
do
you
good at night.
But then if we go to Chewy's was the other option.
I get you fajita stuff to eat.
Yeah, that's
But
good.
then I know they have the churros there now.
No, well, no.
those-
Yeah, see? Yeah.
The real struggle is the chips because
Yeah,
Oh,
the
that's
jalapeno
right.
dip. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you eat so many of those.
That's why I would recommend. If we're going to do
Cane's
a
would
diet,
be better,
Cane's
yeah.
would be better because you don't have the thing that just sits in front of you.
Yeah,
and, says,
and you just eat it all. Ugh. I was on the cruise and they had
And I ate a ton of whipped cream.
no, they had the same churro bites with the caramel sauce that they have at Chewy's. And so on the cruise, like you can order. I'm like, hey, can I get 2 orders of those, please?
Nice.
I did. And I ate them all.
This is not fair.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help myself.
Oh, you can't help it.
I
now,
tried.
Off the boat, you can help it.
Oh, I have to now because I didn't have a scale on the boat.
Let me tell you something. You talking about those churros?
Yeah.
I found a place that has even better
Where?
churros. The place at the factory called Mojo's Tacos.
Oh, they have churros? Because I don't care for Mojo's. Okay.
They do now. And they are long, okay?
Yeah.
And then they have they got a empty cylinder like in the middle of them.
Oh, so
and
you really can like fill.
They fill it with caramel syrup.
Oh,
and then serve it with chocolate syrup if you want it on the side. And it was amazing.
Oh, I believe you. I believe every part of that story. Yeah.
Amazing. I think I like them better than the Chewy's ones.
Okay, I can
But
see
the
that.
Chewy's ones are really good.
Because I don't like Mojo's taco, like I've had a couple things that I'm like, I didn't really care for it, but that would do it.
How is it? Let me ask you this question
Sure.
because it all comes down to self-control.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could go anywhere if you have self-control.
Right now, I don't have a lot of self-control.
Which is
But you do because
No, you
you're
have to
eating one
rediscipline
bite of an Uncrustable.
An Uncrustable, yeah.
Then you're bringing shrimp with you
Right,
for breakfast.
right.
You do have self-control,
Some.
but only where you choose to have it.
It's right on the edge. Like it can be pushed over really easily.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah. So like
all
if
we
I'm
have to
sitting
do
in,
is get him in the car.
Yeah.
Get him there.
yeah, and undo me.
And undo
Yeah,
you.
if I because if I'm sitting there,
day.
like in the past when I was really trying to lose, when I was going from like 182 and trying to hit my goal, like I was super regulated. But in the past, like the last few months, 'cause after Thanksgiving and Christmas, I got to where I snacked more again, and that's what undid me. Is like doing little bits of that.
This isn't snacking though. This is a meal.
I know, but yeah, and I'm not.
Are you just
super
trying
disciplined.
to be difficult?
No, I'm trying to.
It seems that way.
I know it
You're
seems that
trying
way.
for every excuse.
I'm not. I'm trying to like my wife the other day ordered something, and I'm like, because I wasn't gonna eat anything, and then she got something like, "Dad, coming." So then now I'm like, well, I don't want you to eat alone, you know.
So what? Just doing math.
Yeah.
How many points can you have in a day?
27.
Okay, 27. Great number. I know that the real number for you is like 20.
Yeah, I don't need all of them.
So one tender from Cane's is 2.5 points.
Oh,
so if you have two of those,
on Weight Watchers?
On Weight Watchers.
Oh, okay.
So if you have two of those, you're up to 5 points.
Okay.
I will look up the bread.
And that's about what I
Look
would.
up the bread.
That's
look
about
up
when
the-
I go to Maniacs. I only have 2 pieces anyway. So okay, that's doable. That's doable. At 5 points is
Look up
nothing.
Chewy's while you're at it.
No, don't look at you.
They might not have that. 'Cause it's
The bread, the Texas toast will be death, and then I can't have a soda. I'll have to bring my own drink in with me.
Grape water.
Yeah, because I did that. I did that the other day wherever we went for lunch yesterday.
Can't have Coke.
So it does say that. Okay, so white.
It does say that the bread will
so-
just make you
So
fat.
white bread. Yeah, white bread is 2 points. So
Yeah.
if you had like a slice of white bread, they say that that's 2 points. So
So roughly
they're kind
3?
of no, they're
No,
they're
that
getting a
thing will be
little
5.
they're getting a little like cheesy here where they're like, oh, like Texas toast contains grams of
Yeah.
carbohydrates more than the normal slice of white bread, and that's not including
the butter.
and all that.
So if you
that
have
bread
one-
would be easily
I would
5
one
points.
slice.
double it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so one
So
slice.
let's say you're up to 10.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's 10.
Mhm.
10 points, and
Yeah.
you got 10 more to work with.
I have.
And
Get some
odds are-
popcorn at the theater.
That's
Just
the other thing.
Don't
We're going
eat
to.
anything later that night.
Yeah, well,
You've done that.
Yeah.
and you won't eat a lot of. You have the ability to not eat breakfast tomorrow.
He's just being difficult.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
It's
I'm
more
not
the
trying.
moving.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
I'm trying not to be. I'm
Well,
trying to be
try
good,
harder.
but I have a devil on my shoulder
I will gladly be
with a
that
great,
devil.
expensive new hairdo.
Thank you.
All right, let's finish this up for
birthdays?
today.
Anything?
No birthdays.
Okay.
Oh, great.
We'll finish this up today, and we'll let you know how tomorrow goes. And that's going to do it for your Aftercast. Thanks for being a potty.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.